Hello everyone, welcome back to another Cryptic Crossword. As I threatened last time, I went out and found another source for cryptics, which may or may not be American cryptics as opposed to British ones. This one definitely is a different size than I'm used to seeing, so that's interesting. This is published by The New Yorker, and this is the March 17th cryptic. I'm a little bit, what's the word for... I'm experiencing trepidation, but like I'm a little bit, there's an adjective form for that. Because it looks like for a while, the New Yorker was publishing a cryptic every 7 days. And they stopped on March 17th, so I don't know. Maybe they're not going to publish anymore, but there's at least a handful in the archive if I decide I like this one. So, like I said, I'm looking for New York, not New York, cryptics approachable to Americans that don't feature too much British cultural lore. Oh, can I think I can center this? Yes. Okay, that'll look a little better. So, let's just start here. The layout was a pain to get right, but I think it looks reasonably nice now. Sword Bearer's Scab Turning Dull. A sword bearer could be a soldier. I have no idea. Turning. Turning sounds like it's saying to anagram something, doesn't it? Like you could anagram scab, maybe? Scabbard? Oh, that seems actually possible, doesn't it? What? No, I don't want to save a story. What are you talking about? Get out of here. Now I gotta recenter things because of your stupid pop-up. So, okay, here's... Yeah, this is exactly what it is. A word for dull is drab, and if that turned, you would write it barred. So drab, and it's just a scab. So scab, and then drab backwards, and a scabbard is a sword bearer's thing. The definition is just sword bearers. Arm bone, is this ulna? It is. Famous arm bone for crossword users. Somewhat fanciful name. Here, somewhat is just a hidden indicator saying to look here for the answer, which is ulna, which is an arm bone. Single ensign, full of exuberance. Something single is lone or solo? I don't know. Let's look at this. Actually, I have multiple letters in a row here. That's a rare treat in a cryptic. Dawn raised humorous remark with us. So this must be sun up, right? Because that's what dawn is. And I was thinking raised might mean like write something upwards. And I see us is kind of already here written upwards. So that got me to sun up. And then if you look at it, you can say humorous remark is a pun. So if you took a humorous remark with us and got pun us, you raised it, you would have sun up, meaning dawn. Maker of hair dyes or lilac mixes. I mean, I'm seeing C and L are some of the letters from lilac, and mixes could easily be an anagram indicator. So maybe we're meant to mix the letters of or lilac and get a maker of hair dyes? I'm not sure what that is, though. Chlorilol. I don't know. Until you... Oh, hang on. Wait. This ends with a dot 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 and goes here. I've never seen that in a cryptic. I don't know what to make of it. I see it in normal crosswords, American crosswords. Are they actually related somehow? Or are they just kind of unrelated clues made to look temptingly related with the dot dot dot? I'm not sure how this works. Okay, interesting. Thrust back into commonplace spotlight above Gotham City. Well, this has to be bat signal, right? That's the spotlight above Gotham City. So let's put that in and then try to understand the wordplay that makes it correct. Thrust back into commonplace. Well, banal, B-A-N-A-L, is commonplace. So we're left with the TSIG inside of it that we have to explain, which, if written backwards, would be gist, which is the thrust of an idea or an argument. All of that is being put into banal. Cool. Unsurpassed team I'll beat. Unsurpassed could be ace, but I don't know what. I don't know what to do with that. Delaware and Kansas embracing small workstations. Well, this has to be desks. Even if you don't know the two-letter abbreviations for Delaware and Kansas, which I couldn't immediately think of for sure. It has to start with D. There's got to be like a K in here somewhere. And more importantly, you know Delaware and Kansas are each represented by two letters. And I wasn't 100% like immediately off the top of my head sure what those were. But I knew it had to be two letters embracing small. Small's the letter S. So it has to be two letters, starts with D, has an S in the middle, means workstations, and there's a K in there somewhere. Pretty easy to come up with desks at that point with all those clues. Until USA destroyed nuclear sub. So this must be Nautilus, which is a kind of nuclear sub. And until USA is 8 letters. If you destroy it, write its letters in the wrong order, you can come up with Nautilus. So totally, you didn't need this clue at all. They aren't actually related. They just are indicated here like, oh yeah, these are kind of related. But they're each their own clue. Good. That's sort of what I guessed, but I wasn't sure from just this one because I wasn't sure what to do with it. It looks like it's soul still, or loan? I guess I still don't know. Full of. But what does exuberance have to do with any of it? Ensign, full of exuberance. I don't get it. Alright, did I somehow click outside? I can't scroll anymore. CLA, Clalor, Clarillo. Unsurpassed, maybe All-Star? all time? Yeah, because that's the letters from Team Isle beat, i.e., beaten up and anagrammed, and unsurpassed can certainly mean all time. Okay, so this wasn't lone or soul. Glee? Of course. Full of is the hidden indicator, saying to look here, here, for the answer. And it means exuberance, glee. Is curious about what's inspired treeless plains. Curious is probably an anagram indicator, so maybe the letters IS, but written in the wrong order as SI? Put that around something? I don't know. Inspired, I think, can mean written inside of, because if you inspire, you breathe, you inhale. I'm not sure. Hustles me into line dances. There are 8 letters. Dances is an anagram, potential anagram indicator. Into line, you could argue should be anagrammed, but how could you get hustles me? Also, there's a G and an M, so clearly not an anagram. Something games? Gamer? Aquarium accessories are sort of funny. I suppose an aquarium must have an aerator. And aerators come from the letters of R sorta, which are being written in a funny order. Music genre only acoustic. Oral? It's not really acoustic. AURAL would be, but we don't have room for that. And ORAL is not just acoustic. Music genre, soul. They're looking for soul, which, if I said it out loud, as I just did, you might think I was saying soul, i.e. only, but I meant soul as in the music genre. So acoustic. You couldn't quite hear the word right, acoustically. Gets rid of graph lines, axes or axes. Legendary NFL quarterbacks mausoleum ruined yard. I'm going to need some help on this one. I don't know if you actually need to know a legendary NFL quarterback or not. Start. Oh, Tom Brady is actually. He's a quarterback, isn't he? Is? I don't know. And yeah, if you take ruined yard, those are letters in Brady. So mausoleum. Yeah, mausoleum is a tomb. And then if you ruined a yard, it could be ratty, giving us a legendary NFL quarterback. Start fishing around globe's shoreline. Well, that must be coast. Start fishing around globes. Of course. Of course, as if it were obvious. A shoreline is a coast. A globe is just the letter O, and around that is you start fishing if you cast. Okay, how about this? Fit last of coconut Inside brown rum. Well, I see rum is right here, so that's probably part of the wordplay. The last of coconut is a tea. Yes. And a shade of brown is tan. We get tan tea rum, meaning a fit. Okay, surely I can get some of these by now. Prairies. Okay, so what about the wordplay? Treeless plains are prairies, I think. What's inspired is air. And someone who is curious, prize. If you write prize about air, you get someone who is curious about what's inspired. Okay. Hustles me into line dancers. Well, conga something. Conga men? Hustles me? I'm not actually sure about this conga yet. Maybe hustles. Oh, hustles are con games. I see. So I'm not quite sure about hustles me. Hustles are con games. Me into line dances, which are congas. Got it. Okay. Clarroy is not very good, so it must be Clairol. Huh. Okay. I don't know what Clairol is. British territory. Well, this must be Gibraltar. On the Mediterranean. Well, put up big Republican shrine. So, put up big is Gib, Republican is R, and an altar is a shrine, giving us a British territory on the Mediterranean, Gibraltar. Crimson Garden plot. Seas red? No. Weed red? No. Crimson Garden plot houses crooked tree. 4-3. Something red. Beet red? So crimson is beet red. I think that's the definition. What's the wordplay? Garden plot is a bed. And that houses crooked tree, i.e. tree with the letters written in the wrong order. Right? We have B-E-D housing the letters tree. Or alternatively, B-E-D housing the letters tree. There's two different ways to wordplay it, but they come out the same. And this will be sassy or sissy, I assume. It must be sassy if it's impudent. Impudent shortstop's penetrating voice. I actually don't know this. Like, the answer is sassy, but why? Shortstops. Ah, okay. So SS, I suppose. Well, I don't know if you write shortstop as S or SS in baseball abbreviation lingo. But I think it must be S because shortstop would just... So if shortstop is S, then shortstops with an apostrophe must be SS. So S's something. And that is penetrating, i.e. putting in the middle of voice, which if you say something, you voice it. Yeah. What? Why is this, I don't quite get the joke here. I guess that's kind of the New Yorker for you. It's famous for, like, it doesn't quite make sense, I guess. Good news. I get that, like, okay. A Doctor's coming out to say, hey, good news, and you're expecting news like, oh, your husband's going to be okay or whatever. But the doctor just says, oh, good news. A 4-letter word for earth and pot is Allah. Ola? But why? That's like weirdly specific, and it doesn't quite make sense. Like, who? I'm just baffled. Okay, close this pop-up to see an explanation under each clue. So it's actually telling me something about, hidden anagram. Well, I figured all of these out, I think. I wasn't left on any of these. Except I didn't know Clairol, but this is not helping me with it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. I mean, I would say that this was an easy cryptic crossword aimed at the U.S. audience. I wouldn't mind an intermediate cryptic crossword aimed at did I say New York? Aimed at the American audience. This is about what I was looking for. So I may try another New Yorker crossword one of these days. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.